Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Keep It Concise. Let's get into the show. Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, ConcisetheBarber. We are here. We're back at the Keep It Concise podcast, man. Thank everybody for continuing to tune in. Man, this is an interesting time of the year. I know a lot of barbers right now. We are all, I can't say all, but a lot of us right now, we're trying to figure some things out right before the holidays because we know there's a lot of clients right now that they're just trying to hold out on their cuts. But there should be some things we should be doing, some marketing uh, situations. I ain't gonna say market situation, but some marketing skill sets that honestly I think that we should have. But before we get into all of that, man, there's a lot I want to talk about tonight. You see the title, it says, "Are you ready?" We're gonna talk about a few things. So just shout out where you're from, where you're tuning in at. I continue to appreciate all those that continue to rock with a brother. So I appreciate y'all, man. Just did a nice giveaway. We will be talking about that giveaway, and I can't wait to see what everybody thinks of what they have. All right, let me see what we got right here, bro. Those fat blade and black masters my change my game in the week. That's what's up. That's what's up. NC in the building. I thought I said NY. Chicago in the building. What's going on, man? Y'all, Chicago. I don't know what y'all weather is, but I know where I'm at, man. It's like 12 degrees. If you worse than that, man, it's crazy. Indianapolis, Illinois. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. What's going on, Aaron? Yeah. So let's go ahead and let's talk about a few things. Before we get into anything, last time we was here, I asked people if they wanted to go live. You can reach out to me. You said we 27 at NC. Yeah, that's not that bad. But if you wanted to go live, do like a Q&A, go over some things about your business and stuff like that, we can do that. We can do that this evening. I'll probably spend a little bit like between 5 to 8 minutes on each person if you want to do it, but you have to email me ConcisetheBarber@gmail.com if you want to be a part of the live. So I'll leave that up for right now, but I also want to talk about this right here is the My Tensor one. Did a giveaway. This is the one that I have. We did a giveaway just today, and also there was a winner that got a air blower and My Bleeds razors. So that being said, let me show y'all this thing real quick, man. This thing, and matter of fact, let me do it like this. For all those that have not seen this yet, this thing is a nice clipper, like nice size. Everything about it, I really do like. Um, I do have my concise rewards coming up. We're going to talk about that a little bit too, and it's it's interesting. I will let you know that last year is different from last year. It's definitely different from last year. So I can't wait to see what y'all have to say about that. I know around this time of the year, the comment sections go kind of crazy, but it is what it is. It's my honest, review on what I think is the best clipper, trimmer, shaver, the guards. We're going to do a little bit of of everything, but I wanted to talk about that giveaway. Shout out to all those that did it the correct way, because it was just a few things you had to do, but I honestly think that it was a dope thing that My Blades did to give somebody the opportunity to win a clipper before Christmas. Like a lot of us right now, it was probably on Black Friday trying to look for the best deals. And some brands are giving stuff away. And also barber supply stores, if y'all don't have any near you, there's a few of them that always got some great deals. I could tell you one right now is matter of fact, I put it in. I'll how do I want to do this? I want to show y'all something. Yeah, let me put it in a banner. Me and my smart self, you would have thought I'm a creator as we talk. You would have thought I would have had this already. But anyway, this website has a nice deal going on today. I don't know what tomorrow is, but they got a nice deal going on today, and we're gonna talk about it. Oh, okay. There it is. There it is. Okay. Add banner. All right. So this is it. It's called WBBarber.com. Williamsport Bowman Barber Supply. They have a nice sale going on right now. I think it's 15% off. But the dope thing about what they're doing is they are I'm gonna send you this QR code. Make sure that you scan that because I have a discount code with them and you can use my discount code on top of the discount code they're using today. So if I was you, I mean it's to me that's a no-brainer. So yeah, if you're still looking, you know what I mean? But I did want to show you that. Matter of fact, let me put that back up. It only stayed, hold on, not no 10 seconds. I had to edit it. I don't feel like editing it. But WBBarber .com, dope spot to get some dope, products. So I just wanted to share that with y'all real quick. Um, let's see, let's get out of here and let's get to this. Because I still want to talk about it. To y'all, what makes a clipper the clipper of the year? Like what makes a clipper of the year? That video will be, I'm trying to think what day I actually want to start it because I kind of wanted to be close to Christmas because I know we're going to be kind of busy. Um, when do y'all want this to start? When do y'all want the Concise Awards to start? Do you want it to start like this week or next week? I was thinking, oh no, it will have to be. No, I was thinking about next week. I was thinking about like every day from the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th. I was thinking about doing it like that, like boom, 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 boom. Let me know what y'all think about that. If I should do it that way or um I could start this week. But I want to know. I want to hear it from y'all. Let me know. How do y'all want the Concise Awards? And I'm going to do starting next year. I'm going to be doing something that I haven't done. But I think it's going to be interesting to do. I think you guys will like that. Um, and hopefully me and the brands, we can talk something out. We gotta we talk something out because I think it's a dope idea. Getting the brands involved. I think it's a dope idea. I put that fat blade on the wireless and this silver, and they said it sound like cricket blade sound. Good cutting hair. Mix that with the black Andis and D1 four guards. Clip over combo doing ball fade in 20 minutes. Yeah, man. Honestly, and this blades are just amazing. And his blades are just amazing, to be honest. You can't go wrong with them. Woodshed, what's going on, bro? What's up from Alabama? What's the weather like down there? I'm curious. I never asked nobody what's the weather um in Alabama. Right now it's probably like what I say about 20 something. I could be wrong. It actually could be lower than, I'm sorry, it's 13. It's 13. Nope. Yeah. That's bugging. What's the real feel? I'm not even gonna tell you the real feel. Why is it so cold? It's 3 degrees. Like that's what it really feels like. 3 degrees. Said facts. Salute, Woodshed. You a real one, bro. Colder than you think. About 40. Yo, that's warm. Like I ain't gonna. Let me stop capping. That's not warm. That's not warm. But that feels that will be a nice day for us. I would say the next he said, bro, yeah, it's 3 degrees. I feel like 3 degrees. For the next like 5 days, the high is 38. But of course, the day is going to be nice and warm. It rains, so it doesn't matter. I'm in northern PA. I'm around mountains though. Nah, man, nobody drip. Nobody ain't trying to hear about no 76, man. Caliber disruptor for the clipper of the year. Really? Why? Why is that? Why is it the clipper of the year? What gives it the edge over anything else? Hope you ain't a Philly fan. Nah. Ball up. I'm a Chargers fan. We beat them last week. We just beat them darn Chiefs, man. Nah, I ain't no Philly fan. I'm not a no sport. No 76ers, Phillies, Eagles, none of them. Nah, and this fade is unmatched, but I ain't trying much else. I got you. I mean, what works, works. What works, works. So what makes Mr. W, what makes the Caliber Disruptor ZR the clipper of the year? What does it have that nothing else has, or that it beats everything else in? And this has the blade flex on live. You know, hmm, you know what's interesting? I think that Andis got to a place that they can make any blade just like everybody else's, but not everybody else can make their type of blade. Now, hear me out. I can't say that they can't make their type of blade. They can try to make it like it in a sense, but it ain't the Andis blade. It ain't the Andis blade. To say you have, like, if there's a brand that says that they have uh the best blade out, that means that whatever they have is beating the OG blades. And it's hard for me to say that. It's easier for me to say, like, let's say if I came out with something, right? I can say this is very comparable or very close to this type of blade. But to say that it's better than, mm, I mean, I get it. You know, you rocking, with your stuff. And that's how you're supposed to feel. But to say that's like, well, some people believe this, but it's like to say that Kobe's better than Jordan. But Kobe copied Jordan to even be where Jordan is at. You get what I'm saying? So yeah. Not locked, but they are top of the mountain and holding on. I got both GTX trimmers, the two parts of it. Butter no razor. Good evening. What's up, Neil? What's going on? Late to class. I appreciate that. Nah, but they might buy a cheaper trimmer, but they put the Annis blade on it. Bro, I think I might just leave this comment up for the rest of the live right here. I don't know if people realize that or not, but that happens more than a lot of times. But they will still go in on Andis. But you're keeping our blades though. I think it's kind of interesting that a lot of modification is mainly so people can put the Andis blades on them. All right, Mister. He said the Disruptor ZR 4-hour runtime, 90-minute charge time, doesn't get hot, quiet for a vector motor, price, etc. Okay, okay. You know what? Where's do I have? I don't have my book. Nope, I don't have it. My book. Yeah, I do. Hold on. Hold on. book of notes. My book of notes. Jason, what's going on? All right, let me see. Let me see what you're talking about. And the main reason why I went to my book is because I have everything written down when it comes to my whole like review list. Like literally everything that clipper can do, can't, don't do, whatever like that. Now, why am I not seeing it though? What did I do with the papers? Now see, now look, now I'm doing too much. And the only reason why I'm saying this is because you're talking about the runtime and the charge time. What did I do? Oh, I feel some type of way right now. All right, so I'm gonna try to think about this. When it comes to price, it's comparable to some things out already. Runtime, it's comparable to some things out right now. Now the charge time, 90-minute charge time, that is a great charge time. I can't say that. Now, um, the charging dock is cool. You said it doesn't get hot. Now that is the part where I might have to disagree with because for that, okay, so for that type of motor, the vector linear motor, it stays cooler than some, but it still gets warm past a certain time. Like once it's at that point, it can get hot. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, for me, how it feels like ergonomically, there is no such thing. It's just it has no ergonomics to me. Jason, what's up? Bro, and this ain't died yet. Ah, they won't. I honestly think that they won't. Concise is disrupted that good. I haven't felt with it yet. It's okay. So let me just say it like this, Woodshed. Let's just talk about that motor, right? When we're talking about that motor, vector motor wise, if you're asking me, is it better than the Metal Instinct? I can't say that it is, and I have my reason why I say that. Um, if is it better than the Recons? I can't say that it is. I think it's. You know what? Let me say it like this. I have the re. I'll say it like this. I have the Recons instincts and calibers kind of like hand in hand, but the caliber is a little bit. Let me just say it like this. I said that wrong. Caliber is a little bit better than the instincts due to it's not as loud and it doesn't heat up as much. But when it comes to ergonomics, I think instincts fits better in hand, but the recons beats both of them. But I have to say that these are the probably the most ergonomic vector linear motor out there. Just my thoughts on that. Um, I mean, everybody has to have a feel for their own selves of what they like to cut with. But to me, and how I like to use my clippers, that my blades feels the best when it comes to that type of motor. Now, when we start adding in rotary motors and brushless rotary motors and um, not magnetic motors, but just the other motors, I think vector motors in itself, um, it's kind of hard to beat a brushless, but and it's kind of hard to beat a. I'm gonna say it's kind of hard to beat a rotary. You can beat a rotary, but a rotary can beat all three if it's built the right way. Not all three, but all two. Yeah. Listen, fellas, Fat Blade on Master changed the game with bot trumpets. Bro, I don't know what you mean to say. You said trumpets. They got GTX ones, but I may be biased. Oh, but with both, got you. With both trimmers. Fat Blade, but I may be biased. Nah, I mean, let me just say it like this too. Some people don't even know what to do with the Fat Master blade. If I had to be honest, there's a lot of people um, that don't even use the Fat Master blade, or probably don't know how to properly angle with the Fat Master blade. So it's a hard thing to tell people like, yo, you need to get this blade. It's going to change the game for you. Not if they don't know how to use it, it ain't. So I need to do some more videos. I need I need to do some more videos. Disruptor is ergonomically challenged, but it does feel good in hand for me due to the size and weight. The window on the front makes a perfect thumb rest. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but it's not like an indent, no curvature. It's not a resting. It's more for show than more for feel. Just saying this. Gold M-Force blade is my new favorite blade. What you mean? What you mean? What you mean? What gold M-Force blade? Clipper, trimmer? What we talking about? You put me on, I just got it, not gonna lie. Had it for a week. Had what for a week? I don't know if you're talking to me or Woodshed. And Woodshed, I ain't forget about you. I'm still gonna go ahead and ship that out to you just to get your feedback. All right, let me get out of this. All right, so let me go ahead and check because I know I said if somebody wanted to get on, you can hop on the live. We can do like a quick, Q&A. Um, yeah, if you want to hop on the live, we can do a quick Q&A. Let's see. Oh, shout out to y'all. Appreciate that. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, I just check my email. Am I the only person that like checks the email like 5 times a day? I probably do it more than that, to be honest. I get a lot of emails. Nah, but if you don't, that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to. But what's your Mister? I want you to try to look at this right here. The only reason why is because this thing is kind of interesting. I have to be honest with you. The click lever, I remember saying like that it's kind of stiff. Uh, it's kind of stiff, but it got better. It got better. Now there's still some things about the click lever that I can say that I would change, but just the click of it, it got better. Wait, hold on. What are we talking about? What's up, Campo? You said Blade Gold Enforce drop on the website. Uh-oh. For real? Just finished giving my son a haircut. Job interview tomorrow. Okay. What did you use? What did you use to give him the cut? You said loosen the screw? Yeah, I know. Let's go, Neil. All right, so hold on. Woodshed, I know you probably surprised that I know this, but I did not know. Let's go and end this website right now. And also for all those that are getting on right now, I did talk about let me just show this real quick. I did talk about WB Barber right now because the fact that they have 15% off the website, but if you do use my discount code, scan that, you'll get the discount code. You do it, you get an extra percentage off with their discount already. I already told a few people about it, and they was like, they done grab some stuff. I'm thinking about it. All right, let me see. Let me go to this Andis website. see what you're talking about. How did I miss this? Blades. Ah. Yeah. Okay. Now there is something I'm still. Let me see. Hmm. Okay, so I see the blade that you're talking about, and let me zoom out. Why is it so big? Okay, there we go. This is what they're talking about, y'all. They're talking about the gold Enforce blade. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cop me one of these. I'm gonna have to cop me one of these. Now, if y'all go ahead and grab it, you already know. Use that discount code Concise10. Grab yourself one, or yeah. If anybody else got some discount codes, use those. Just use a discount code. I don't see why we be out here not using discount codes. The Gold Enforce blade. You got 4 of them. That's what's up. I don't got none. Yeah, I don't got none. Yeah, I was thinking of something. Yeah, I was tripping. Let me just say it like that. Detachable with 245 clipper and the style cut rain on his beard. Okay. How you like the 245 clipper? I've been rocking it with my Exos for about a month now. And that means if it's gold, that means it's even smoother than the original one. Yeah, I gotta try them. I gotta try them. Surprised I haven't used it yet, to be honest. I'm surprised. Where is this one at? Yeah, I got them on some old Kimmy stuff. Got you. Yeah, we were just talking about how people get clippers and trimmers, lesser price, and then they'll put an Andis blade still on it. But then people will still turn around trying to talk bad about Andis, like, but you're still using their stuff. Let me ask you this. I'm gonna pull this back. I'm gonna pull this back up. How many of y'all have used this? Let me remove that. Let's add to this. Why does it look like that? How many of y'all has used the outliner blade? I'm literally curious. And for those that have detachables, I mean, you probably wonder why I'm asking this question. But well, I am asking this question for like a few reasons. Like I really want to compare this with the trimmer. Like a trimmer that I use just for like balding out. I have not used this blade, but I want to. Love it, no issues. I've been using other tools, but I pick it up and now I can't put it down. Uh-oh. He said, nah, I have. I'm not that big on it. Okay. Okay. And see this, and he says he loves it. Okay. So it seems like it's hit or miss. Not hit or miss, but some people rock with it, some people don't. You say you had that blade in the barber school kit, where if you don't want it, I'll do a trade with you. Whoever has that blade, I'll do a trade with you. I have some detachables, and I kind of want to see, well, what's the difference between the outliner and the 5 out blade? Like, what's? Let me see something. Oh, see, the 5 out is zero point 0.2 millimeters. The outliner is zero point 0.1. So that's I never, I just never paid attention to that. Yeah. Hmm. I'm guessing that joint hit the pores strong. Well, you said you ain't missing nothing. I don't use it. I use the Black Massa. Then bought out with the trimmer and shit right under that. But I do cut close. See, here's let me ask y'all this. How many of y'all believe that using just detachables by itself can cut faster than anything else? How many of y'all think that? I'm curious. Using it like cutting with just a detachable clipper, top down. I'll say like a 3.5 and down. Do you think you will get done with the job quicker? What is AG? Let me get that out of here. Nah, not unless you've been doing it for a while. Okay. Detachables take some getting used to. That's true. That's true. I think it's a healthy skill set to learn, though. I will say that. Like, like, if you really crunching through some time, you said it depends on the cut. Okay, so the cut, I would say this. I think a high skin, I think we all know that it will be probably the quickest, right? It'll probably be one of the quickest cut you can do with a detachable. Now, a low fade, it could be challenging, depending on how you started, what's your foundation. It makes cuts go faster. Yeah. I say high fades, mid high fades, and mid fades to me, easily it probably like I use my detachables more than my clippers. Got you. Easily like the quickest. If somebody says, yo, I'm on my lunch break, I got about 25 minutes. 1.5 on top with the grain, mid or high fade. Nothing is faster for me. Yeah, see, let me see. Sun got dreads, so detachable it is. Got you. Low fade, smooth. I've been killing. Yeah, low fade on detachables can take some time, but if you're doing like a high fade, that mid, honestly, I think if I had to be real, I think 12 minutes max on the fade alone should be enough. I think 12 minutes max. So if we're doing a 1.5, we're doing a wavelength. I'm doing a 1.5 everywhere. I'm doing a crown with a 2. Then I'm going up against. I'm doing the against the grain. I say, yeah, I'll go against the grain with the 2, then I hit it with the 1.5. I'm hitting the parietal ridge with the 2 real fast, real quick. Then I'm doing 1.5 right under that, 1A, 1. I actually will probably start the fade with the 1, like right here at the corners, just to clean that up, get that all out the way, then do my 2 and crown, 1.5, 2 against the parietal ridge, fade down. And then probably once I get down to the 1, I'll hit the OA and then go right under that line, then clean it up with the trimmer, hit it with a shaver, and I'm done. I mean, I honestly think that's and then I only say that because each blade that you use, I don't think should be longer than 2 minutes. You said I ain't gonna tell me no more. I'm not gonna lie. Yep, 10 to 15 minutes cuts. Done. Not including lineup. Yeah. Only with good clippers though. Big dog, but 12. 12 is very accurate. Thoughts on these new sabers I'm seeing around a lot? What new sabers? You talking about the clipper or the trimmer? Saber 2.0s, or you talking about the the rain? You talking about the rains? Hey, BRGCs, they have a new battery that came out, lithium battery for the BGR. They're about 60 now, and it's USB-C to charge. Oh, that's dope. I know some people gonna like that. But yeah, but 15 minutes, we can say 15 minutes max. You know, nice clean lineup, get the beard done too. You know, yeah, 20 minutes. Like, I know that might sound crazy for some, but honestly, I think anybody that has been cutting for some time, you can probably visualize. And that's what barbers say. Like, seasoned barbers will say you got to visualize the cut before you even start. You have to, especially like if you on like a time thing. Like I've been at a place where it's like, oh man, I'm running against time, and then I got ahead of time. So you just got to know what to use, why you're using it with the hair texture and all that. What other platforms are you streaming on? As of right now, I got YouTube right here. I got Instagram Live right here. You say you'll send me the link? Yeah, please do. Man, I'm on how can I say this? I went back to some old school ways, man, trying to modify something, but it ain't. I got to get some stuff from Lowe's. Yeah, I forgot. I forgot that I didn't have some tools, so it ain't working out. I got looking like a mechanic shop. What I'm trying to do, but well, honestly, IG, I'm about to get off. Yeah, if y'all want to continue to have the conversation, come on YouTube and we can discuss from there because my phone is about to straight die. All right, let's keep it rocking, y'all. But yeah, do you save your lives and post clips from them? Yeah, I will say the ones that have the most traction. I say the ones that have the most traction that I do that with. Um, there's another software that I use to break up the clips. I mean, I think a lot of people know about it, but yeah, in the lives in StreamYard, it can automatically save depending on what type of plan you have, like how many gigs you have to save. So majority of these can be saved, or I can run out of storage. I can still do the live, but it might not have to save. It might not save. Sorry. So let's get into the next thing real quick. Uh oh. Uh oh. Oh, okay. Sorry. Thought I thought I seen something. Let's get into the next thing. Let me ask y'all this question. You're welcome. No problem. Let me ask y'all this. Yeah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Y'all ready? Let me know your thoughts. This is just something I'm going to touch on real quick. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I have an interesting take. I feel like I always have an interesting take in some things because I don't always think stuff is always plain like black and white. But did barbers mess up their business with raising prices? You said, in my opinion, it depends on their demand. Okay. Okay. I respect that. Just the ones that didn't raise their skill. Mm. You remind me to come back to this comment. Remind me to come back to this comment. Yes, if they're not adding or raising the value of their service. Mhm. I don't think barbers messed up their business by raising their prices. The price of everything went up. So then it's only fair that they also raise their prices to conform with the times. Got you. Got you. Okay. Neil, you want like, yeah, yeah. Everything's going. Okay. 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 Let me put that back for those that could have missed it. What I'm about to say is something I want y'all to consider. I want y'all to consider because it's not for me. It's not just about prices. Did barbers mess up their business with raising prices? And y'all know why. And y'all know why. I'm asking this. I mean, we've seen like a lot of people talking about this. There's been some reports about barbers has what lost 140 something $1 million. I think it's a million or billion. I mean, it's a crazy number. Um, and a lot of people are saying because it's because of the price. You said some have what? True, nothing is the same price or below since COVID. All right, so let me that's subjective. So let me tell y'all something, right? Um, I went into a store called Turkey Hill. It's kind of like your Sheets, your Wawa. It's kind of like that, right? Hold on, let me see. Let me see. I think it depends because you can keep your prices the same and just add more clients. Yeah. If you're staying booked and people pay the new price, nope. Right. So I am going to speak on something just a little bit um, different. I don't know if a lot of people are taking this into consideration on what's going on with the barbers in the hair industry. The industry in itself, not just the barbing industry, I can say kind of took a hit. Now, the reason why I say that is because my wife is a stylist. She does braids. She does braids. We do our numbers. We know our month to month uh, income. We know how many clients are coming back and stuff like that. Um, we know the people that buy certain type of hair products. Like I think If y'all haven't noticed this, there's a lot of more people doing things at home than there has ever been, especially when it comes to our industry. Um, there's uh what is that? Something get get ready with me. Hashtag get ready with me. If you look at a lot of hashtag get ready with me, that thing affects hair, beauty products. It affects a lot, like a lot of some of the stuff that we do now. But hear what I'm about to say. Our barbering prices went up, yes, just like everything else did. I remember I used to be able to go to the store. This is what I was talking about Turkey Hill. I'm glad I got that back. I went to Turkey Hill and I seen that, just a 2 pack of Reese's is 3.99. Them things used to be a dollar or a dollar 25, but it's 3.99. So yes, everything did go up. Now that's the food industry. Food is something that is like a real straight necessity that we all need to have, and not everybody's going to be able to grow their own food. However, there is more people growing their own food, and and the food industry is not taking a hit like our industry because there's a lot of more self maintenance that people are doing for themselves due to the high spike in prices. But I will tell you this: you can like develop a new service and a new skill. But I think the main thing that we're doing kind of wrong is we're doing business the wrong way. I don't think it's more so your prices, but it's more so your business. And then there's this train that's going, and everybody's learning these new things. And some of us as barbers or people that's in this industry, we're not doing the things that's going to keep us going and running. Even if your prices did go up a little bit, like how much did you learn about marketing? How much do you know about AI and how can AI help you in your business? How much what are the other streams of income have you been thinking about doing but you haven't done it yet? What are some of the things that you need to learn? Half the barbers never knew anything about lighting 10, 15 years ago. Half the barbers didn't have podcasts or streams or even cameras in near their stations or anything like that. If you haven't looked at what the industry is doing and where it's going, it's changing. So how you operate and elevate, like you have to look at almost every angle of what's being affected. So some people used to say to the OGs, what was the thing like 5 years ago? Yo, OG, you need to get an Instagram. You need to let people know you're doing this and doing that. Now, let me tell you this. I'm going to tell you where most OGs probably survive more than any others is because they have such of a foundational base that their core clientels keep them. But we have so many new barbers and there's new things going on that people don't focus in on getting core clientele. That's the straight like real. What a lot of us, it seems like what we're trying to do is we trying to look hot for IG. We'll get that client in, it look nice. And I'm not gonna say that this happens for everybody, but it will look nice during the haircut. They leave home, they get home and they find out like, yo, this ain't this ain't what it looked like a week ago. So you can look at some people's social media and you can see it's always somebody new in their chair. Now, I'll be honest. I will go live with almost the same clients all the time. Like, not saying I don't get new clients, but to me, it's not about always showing people all the new clients that I have. It's just more so showing you how something works, the the fade, the blade and stuff like that. What I'm trying to say is that it's not just about prices. Yes, you got to learn that skill set, but sadly, y'all, we have to elevate even more. We have to get more than just nice haircuts. Everybody is nice at cutting hair now. Like there's kids coming out being nice in a year and a half. So what's going to make you any different? What other services are you taking? And also, how are you learning the game of how everything is, I can't say trending, but how everything is working right now in the economy? If y'all are barbers and don't think that you know what? I might need to see how this thing that I already do can make me money. Yeah, I mean, you might have some slow days, but if I had to be honest with you, what is a slow day? When you are a person that's about business, what's a slow day? And hear what I'm saying. Are you saying it's a slow day because you didn't earn any money? Okay. But it doesn't have to be a slow day for you to be invested in your business. Okay, you should be on the back end, like, okay, I don't got nobody in a chair right now. What are some strategies that I can do to market my business better? What is something that I haven't done yet? Matter of fact, let me learn from them over there because they seem like they've been doing good and they're getting healthy traction. So what is it that they're doing? Let me copy the right cat. This is the type of stuff that I'm thinking about when everybody else going crazy. I ain't gonna say crazy, but it's like, oh, we losing all this money. You ain't, our prices, our prices, our prices. I think it's our prices. It could be our prices in some cases, but I think it's our alignment. I think that we are not understanding where this is going, y'all. Like for real. Like you want your haircut to be the reason why people can come back. But what about the ambiance? What does your place look like when people come to you? Is it crazy madness stuff on the TV? Do it smell like you just got done smoking, weed or a cigarette and your breath is kicking? Like what are you showing them before they even sit in the chair? I talk about this all the time. What do they see? How do they feel? Are you a person that's just what was it? I know this might sound crazy, but it's real though. It was I don't know what movie, which one it was, one or two. I think it was Barbershop 2. When the dude in the front, uh, he was nice, right? He was nice with the Clippers. Like real he was nice. But also he was great at customer service. And the other guy, he didn't really care for him being there because the other guy was so confident in himself. But this dude was jacking people up, and then he wasn't taking ownership of how bad he was jacking them up. That's why people ain't going into your chair, my brother. But how can I say this? I don't think it's just about prices, y'all. I really don't. There's tools that we have to be able to learn because that's how things are going. It is that's just what it is. Like I seen an OG and shout out to him. He seen like there's certain OGs, they see the wave of stuff of how it's going and they slide like they go right in. They go right in into the flow of it. So even though they was OG and they doing it this way, like, oh, okay, this is the new trend. This is what's going on. Okay, I'm gonna get my business on here. I'm gonna have this set up. I'm gonna get my Instagram going. I'm gonna get some reviews over here. I'm gonna have my clients do this. I'm gonna post this. Boom. I want people to know and see that we about it. How are people seeing that when it comes to you and your business? So when I say what is a slow day, I mean like what's really a slow day? And monetarily, maybe, okay, but there's other things that we can do to make sure that we are continuously like advancing. But I think as barbers, some of us want to look dope on social media, cut hair, and travel the world, and nothing wrong with that. But without no foundational structure and any of that, or how this thing is going to operate and keep operating, I think that's where we fall short. And I gotta say this too. Like there's a lot of barbers today that don't want to learn. They want to know everything. They think they know everything. They like they think they know everything. And you know how a lot of barbers move? They think they know everything because they think that their pockets are telling them what they can do. Meaning this, you're a nice barber. You got a good clientele. You start making money. Once you start making money, you like, yo, I'm gonna get my own shop. Okay, go ahead, get your own shop. But see, what you realize, what you know how to do great in is that you know how to manage your own chair. Now you got a shop and there's multiple chairs. So how do you know how to manage multiple chairs? You wasn't even like a shadow of the owner learning the ropes. You was just like, my cuts is nice, and I'm gonna do this. So we don't even like to take in what's really needed before we go out and do it. It's like the prodigal son. Let me get to these. I'm sorry, y'all. I started in 2015, $7 a cut, and we went to $10 about 6 months after. I started fresh out of school. Customers were upset at that. Yeah, was upset at that. Yeah, they're gonna be upset, but it's okay. Let me tell you something. Everything's gonna go up. People always gonna be upset, but guess what? They still gonna need that thing. So you got to get yourself in positions like they might get upset, but what can I do and how do I offer? How do I show myself to the point that however they feel doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. Like I'm so serious when I say I went into that store and Reese's had their stuff selling for $3.99 at Turkey Hill. They don't care with how you feel. If you like snacks, you're gonna get it. And they know people will make a way to figure it out. And then they'll do the sale 2 for $5. But that's for us, it's a sale, but for them, they still up 200%. I heard tattoo artists also have had a decline in clients due to the people falling in bad times. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Raising the prices, no. Overcharging, yes. Price gouging is real. It can be, very much so. That's right. Like the law. Appreciate it, Jason. Compared to the economy, house prices had tripled. Groceries have tripled. Vehicles prices are outrageous. I've doubled in price from 2017. I'm 6 times the price that I started. Things change. Yeah. I think your price should be a direct reflection of the value and experience you can give your client consistently. I hear that. Every busy barber I've seen has been a people person. Good conversations, clean stations, decent cutting ability, respect the craft, and customers, not a money grab hustle. Customers can feel that. Yeah, that's true. Isaac Rosenberg. I think he put the eye in his cuts, and that Ricky started getting jealous of him. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He put the yeah, yeah. So to me, as barbers, we're always to me, if you're a barber for real, I'm sorry to say it that way, but I have to. But if you're a barber that's for real and you take this serious and you love your craft and you love to make people look good and feel good and everything like that, you that is a foundational piece that is like a necessity for every barber. That alone, that alone is great, but it's not going to sustain you. You're going to have to look at that as the foundational piece, not the whole thing. And then from that, you got to grow and you got to figure out how to elevate. Not everybody needs to be a shop owner. Let's be honest with that. Not all of us needs to be a shop owner. Some of us are actually a better barber when we are not the shop owner. Some of us are better at just having a chair and cutting because you can help the environment and not trying to always be your own boss. Like be the impact. Like we be quick to be bosses, be the impact. You get what I'm saying? Like take your well, I say this, like take yourself as a business, yes. But how does your business impact everybody else around you? Once you figure that out, then what everybody else seems to have problems with, you won't. I like, okay, how can I say this? There are some things I seen coming. And me being a person that likes doing YouTube, crazy as this sounds, content creation on like more of a short form style, I kind of was never that. But I knew I had way more impact to give beyond my chair. Even though I had impact in the chair, I know I had more to offer. So I started seeking out, well, what was it? How do I do it? How does that operate? And if I told y'all the same, like I forgot what I read. It could have been Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Could have been an E-Myth. It could have been. Actually could have been something before that, and I don't know what it is. But just making sure that I had multiple streams of income. Now, I'm not talking about multiple. You focusing in on multiple things at the same time. I'm not saying that. Everything that I do right now is majority barber related. If other than it being about church and and ministry and all of that is barber related. So what I did was is that how can I the thing that I do every day nonstop? How can I make that thing make me more income? And that's basically what I did. I'm not trying to be a musician. I'm not spending, all my efforts over here. Well, some of my efforts over here and then some of my efforts over here. No, all of this stuff is cohesive. All of this is like one big thing. And having multiple streams of income is a necessity. Like I remember working a 9 to 5. Even when I worked a 9 to 5, I had about two of them. Like I never could just make money off of one thing. Like I don't know. It just don't feel right. I feel like I'm losing out on something. Now there's seasons, yes, there's definitely seasons. But I knew I was never the regular 9 to 5 guy. I knew I was like the 9 to 9, the 9 to 12. What time is it? So 9 to 11. So I can work, between 12, 16, 18 hours a day. But I'm okay with that doing it for me more than I was okay with doing it, for somebody else's business, building them up. So for one, you got to know who you are. Not everybody's supposed to be an owner. You could be a great uh team member. You can impact that way, and you can do great wonders. I honestly think that barbershops should have meetings like frequently and try to help each other advance their skill. Some might not agree with that, but I think that's something that builds character because you're a team. I don't think everybody needs to be in a suite. Some suites is killing people. You didn't get a shot, but he's like, I'm gonna be by myself. Okay. But now everything is on you. Literally everything. See, I don't know. Like it's certain things that I think that we wanted to sit that wanted to have, but we just wasn't ready for it. And because I could admit that I was in some of them lanes. But now, what I know now, I'm like, yo, some things I would have did different. Not everyone can lead. That's not hating, it's reality. Yeah. And you know what, Neil? Everyone can lead in their perspective of place. Like everyone can lead, but how the leading looks is just different. You might not have to be the owner, but you can lead in other things when it comes to the shop. You can be that. You could be the greeter. You could be to make sure that everybody greets everybody. Like you can lead in that. That's something that the owner shouldn't have to worry about. There could be somebody that leads in making sure that the shop stays clean. Not saying that they got to clean everybody's station, but they make sure that everybody gets to their stuff. It's biblical. When when scripture says that there's one head, but there's multiple members, and every member is important. So I don't think that this I don't think that barbers messed up their business raising prices. I think barbers messed up their business when they didn't realize that they had to elevate beyond just their prices. I think they messed up when they stopped learning. Like, I think they messed up when they stopped following. That's when they messed up their business. Now, some probably, price gouge, but I know a friend of mine's that when he raised up his prices in COVID, he's actually been on the up and up. He raised his prices, but his service game is on 1,000. But how he does business elevated. He went with the times. So yeah, like we gotta understand, like it's not just about our prices. Like it's some of us right now, like yo, I mean, I could go back about 5 or 10, da 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 da. Maybe more people will come in. Let me tell you something. You can do that. You can do that. Here's a test. You can do that and keep doing business the way that you're doing. I guarantee, like not to say I guarantee, but most likely it won't move as much as you think. It won't move as much as you think. All right, man. Be blessed. Appreciate you coming in. You can set back your prices. Go ahead and set them back. But if your business and how you move stays the same, things is going to stay the same. Let me ask you this: how many of us right now know how to do a Google ad? Just put a one in the comments. Put a one in the chat. If you know how to do a Google ad, just put a one in the chat. Not Facebook, not Instagram, just a Google ad. Who know how to set up their business and put a Google, like set up a Google ad? Do you think those barbers that follow that mentality, like your haircuts should 100, 200, and make six figures, has effect to this? Um, it could because I mean it can have an effect because people just want to, they want to get money quick. So anybody that's in the industry looking at it in a way of like, how can I make more money real fast? That you can get caught up in that trap. And I call it a trap in a sense because there's two different types of people that have done that and they operated differently. Like once you say that this is what your haircut should be $100, then I really don't need to like I don't need to hear much from you at all. For the barber that has made that much money and says it's possible for you to make $100, okay, what are the steps to that? I will listen to him 10 times faster than the person that says it should be this. I think people missing the point. It's not about raising your prices. You're not gonna fall behind because you're raising your prices. There's somebody right now I know he's been in the game, I will have to say 20 plus years. I went to his website and I seen his prices cheaper than mine. Cheaper than mine. Or lower, not cheaper, lower than mine. How are you elevating though? And if y'all nervous, you don't have to be nervous. It's there's no judge zone here. I'm just curious how many of y'all know how to do a Google ad. There was a time where I didn't. There was a time I did not know. There was a time I did not know how to do a Google ad and I had a business. I have a shop. There was a time. We are 3 almost 4 years in now. Thank God of that. The thing is that if you don't know how to, you have to learn how to. You have to learn how to. How many of y'all got like a Booksy or like some type of app that you use that people personally come to your app and book you? Because there is different avenues because you could be in the shop. If the shop is not using Booksy, then and they have like a website and it's all like in a system. So my shop we use Vigero. You want to make sure if that is the case and you have a shop like that, that shop knows how to promote the shop. Or you help the shop promote the shop. When I was in the shop, that's what I did. I helped. But this is the stuff I'm talking about. I think, you know, prices respectfully, I have a building, property taxes, it goes up. Y'all rent, mortgage, it went up. When we bought our house, what the mortgage was at that time to now, it went up. So everything's always going to go up. The problem is not our prices, in a sense. I mean, let me not say it like that because somebody would take that snippet and run. But it's not only just our prices. It's just how we trying to do business. Now, here, great question. In the economy, what's better? What's a better business strategy, rent or commission? I'll say this. I will give this in two different spectrums as the owner and as the barber. How many of y'all? Okay, you know what? I'll do it like this. You ready? Booth rent or commission? Let's say booth rent is like you buying your own house, right? Sorry, hold on. Booth rent is like buying your own house. And the reason why I say that is because booth rent, no matter what, is this amount of money, but you pay for that space. You pay for that space. That's your space. That's your house. Everything that goes wrong with that house, you got to pay for. Straight off rip. Everything. This is your space. This is what you pay for. It's some people that gets that's so strong about booth rent is that it's like so you know these are the type of chairs that I buy for my shop. Here's the options, whatever like that. You can get your own chair, or some people ask for something for the chair. Okay, these barber stations. You're gonna have to buy that. The mirror. You're gonna put something towards the mirror. That's your house. You gotta pay for everything. The water, if the pipes break, you gotta pay for that. Also, here's another thing. When you doing booth rent, how many people are set up? How many people are set up as a business to have insurance when you have booth rent? General liability. You have insurance on your stuff. You gotta pay for that. It's not the shop's responsibility. Anything that you want, you gotta buy. That's booth rent. That's your house. So I look at it that way, right? Now, commission is you living in a nice, well, think about it. Commission is like living in an apartment. But now you got to figure out what kind of apartment you want to live in. Like commission can look like you living in the hood. You know, there's certain complexes, and projects you living in the hood. You know, fifth floor. I ain't saying everybody sharing a bathroom. That's real old school, but you get what I'm saying. But there's things that you are not responsible for. The owner of the building is. So you can have that, or you can have a nice luxurious apartment, and it's nice and clean, and and that owner keeps up with it, and they always elevating it, making it look really nice and stuff like that. It that's commission. It's really up to the owner and the barber at that point. What do you think is best? You got to know the type of barber that you are. It's either that you like to have the little, the freedom of, you know what, I want to move and operate like this a little bit more, like rent, booth rent, and you okay with where the numbers are. So let's say 2 or 3 years, go down, then your mortgage might go up, and it's been, let's say it's you pay 200 a week. Let's say it's guaranteed for like 2 years. And then let's say it spikes up to 350, 350 a week. Some people probably think that's crazy. It spikes up like that. But this is like a house. Like I'm just thinking like, let's say it goes up 350. If you're cool with that, cool. But you got to do everything on your own in a sense. You can't be upset with the owner saying that, well, he ain't marketed me. You're not you're somewhat of an independent contractor. I say somewhat because independent contractors are like, I would say like somebody working to do a job on my house. They don't live here, they ain't being here every day. It's just a certain time that they come in, it's contracted when they'll be done and they're done. That's how what I look at as an independent contractor. I mean, I know as barbers on paper we're independent contractors, but we're a little bit more than that. You can't just like I don't call it an independent contractor. You're just booth rent. They can come and go as they please. Yeah, that could be the case, but there's still some rules and guidelines. You get what I'm saying? So anyway, you can do that, or you can be a commission, and they can take care of a lot. But them taking care of a lot, the percentage to you, you got to see that it's worth it. But you're being taken care of. Like that's why some like older people they don't like living in like big houses. They rather just maintain just a little bit and everything else be taken care of. It all depends what type of barber you are. I can't say it's either or. I think both options are healthy for whoever is that's trying to do their best. If I'm a like if I'm going to say, you know, I like, to operate in my own way a little bit and I'm okay with, paying this and paying that. As long as I know this is what I owe the owner, I'm cool with that. Booth rent. Find a nice, healthy booth rent shop. Find, a owner that's not, too crazy or money hungry and y'all both want to help each other and serve. All right, cool. Do that. But if you're gonna do commission, um, that's cool too. But I'll be honest, commission, you become a W-2 employee. Um, you can get paid through a booking system just like a regular 9 to 5 person. Um, you have some control over some things. There are some things that be taken care of. You can get insurance. You know what I mean? Like the it's the owner's responsibility to insure you. It all depends on what you think is valuable for yourself. You either want to live in a house that you got to deal with everything on your own within a bigger house, or you can live in the hood apartments or luxury apartments, and you can be taken care of in certain things. It- it's really up to you. And to say dealing with this economy, it all depends on how the owner operates in this economy. That's the best way I could put it. in the economy. What is? Oh, I read that. It also depends on location, location, location. Yeah, very much so. Location, to me, how can I say this? As barbers, can I say this? As barbers, it's common sense for us to understand that location is key. You want foot traffic. You want to be able to be seen. But getting into a barber shop and they over here back to the left, and you always got to tell somebody like, oh, well, once you make that left, make another left, and you'll see it in a corner because this red bush is right. Like we got to understand that whoever built that shop probably wasn't thinking about location, location, location. To me, it's common sense. It's common sense. Can you have your own LLC as a barber? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. If you are in a booth rent position, right? If you're in a booth rent position, you can have your own LLC. I had my own LLC when I was in a barbershop. Oh, I sure enough did. I had my own LLC. I had a business account. Me and my wife. She had her LLC. I had my LLC. We got general liability. We had another insurance. I forgot what it was, but we had our own insurance. Like we was making sure that we was covered because this is some of the stuff that people don't say. Once you are a booth rent shop, you gotta make sure you're covered. Even how you pay yourself. So there was a certain way I was paying myself. We didn't pocket our money. We put it straight into the bank. And then every week, we paid ourselves either every week or every 2 weeks. Then I went to our personal account. Once I got into a personal account, we operated in that way. So yeah. Can you qualify for loans as an independent contractor like a barber? Is that only for barbershop owners? No. You can apply for loans very much so, but it's when I say it's good to have a structure. It's good to apply for loans, not in your name. So Jason LLC, that's what I would do it that way. I'm not no accountant. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. Just wanted to come on and say you ought to agree. So I appreciate that, boo. Thank you. I appreciate it. Shout out to Neek Lynn. She almost at 100K subscribers, man. She doing it big out here. Best braider in town, in the city, in the state. It is what it is. I'm becoming one of the oldest barbers in my city. I believe young folk just want younger barbers to cut their hair. Even though I'm dope with my skills, it's hard to get them to sit in my chair. That is, let me say it like this. So there is something JL cuts, JL cuts me up. There's something that you have that they don't. Even though, even though you might not think that they will pay attention to it. There's something that you have to offer that they don't. You're one of the oldest barbers in the city, right? Oh, you're one of the oldest barbers in the city. Let me tell you something. You can have a different angle on how you can get clientele in. And honestly, I think it's based off of your wisdom. I think if you start doing videos on, let's say, hair texture, let's say, the tool, let's say what you use. Like when I say hair texture in the tool, meaning like showing people what tool you're using, why you're using that tool, and teach what's what. Now, to you, you might think like, well, that might be giving the younger barbers, like the game, whatever, like that. And you are in a sense, but hear me out. It also shows the people, even young, they see that it's like, oh, this dude know what he's talking about. So here's a big one. I have a lot of people come to me because of their cowlicks, and not a lot of barbers know how to cut a cowlick. So if you have wisdom in that, there's going to be parents, there's going to be kids, students, high schools. They're going to be like, my hair's always sticking up. They always cut it too short. It grows back, it spikes up, and you might have the wisdom and the knowledge to teach them or show them that you know how to do that. So you have an angle that the young barbers don't have, which is your wisdom. There's probably a lot that they can learn from you. You probably can do a class right now, and those young barbers can learn something from you. It could be knowing how to make the parietal ridge or like the head shape with the haircut, knowing that it changes due to the occipital bone and all of that jazz. Like you have a different angle that they don't have. And I would use that. I would use that to get people actually in your chair. I will start teaching um, your clients, and actually, I would direct it to your clients more, like because you're teaching them. Real life wisdom wins every time. It does. Use your years to your advantage. Yep. So if you know that yeah, that's what I'm saying. You said I teach a lot. I have the respect. People rock with me. It's just grabbing the youth. I love teaching. I appreciate you more than you know. I appreciate that. Yeah. And I would, all right. So you ready? JL cuts me up. I would do this. Since you already do that, I'm not sure if you have done this angle. Do a series, just like a whole week. Record some content just on the young people. Whatever young people you got nephews, all of this, all like whoever you got, 21 and down, whoever you have for a whole week. Like get some content for a whole week and have like know how to, like for a whole 7 days. Watch, watch. Al, awesome. So bridge the gap and start a series. Little bit. Yeah, yeah. Get out of here. Yeah, exact same fights. That's why we won, boo. That's why we won. That's why we, you know what I'm saying? But no, for real though, I would do something like that because for one, it might be something different than what you usually do. It might be. What is matter of fact, what are some pain points? I could tell you right now, young barbers don't understand pressure. They don't know that they causing irritation. It ain't the tool, it's them. That's one angle I will go with all day. It'll be stuff they using that they're not using properly. They be using shavers pressing hard for no reason, don't need to. Even the razor, knowing the angles of the razor, knowing the pressure of the razor. What's the difference of a astringent? What to use and why, what not to use? Should kids under a certain age get the shaver? Why and why not? And as you're talking, explaining this, you could just be giving out a nice clean fade on the kid. It could be stuff like that. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, this is what I mean by I'm saying that we have to elevate. There's things that we have to do. You know, bro. I can't. I appreciate y'all, but I can't stand y'all at the same time. Jason, what are we talking about? You remind me of Anthony Joshua. Bro, I don't look like no doing Anthony Joshua. My man can't. He a boxer. I ain't gonna lie. At one point, I did like him, but it was like once he got knocked out by I forgot what the Spanish bull name is. He never been the same. But he better not lose. I don't really care for that fight, but he better not lose. But yeah, I would do a series. I'll have fun with it. My last class I taught dealing with banking and healthcare and insurance. I will take your advice. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I love that you did that, right? Banking, healthcare, and insurance. Now, that sounds like a class of like I'm getting people in my station. I mean, in my shop. Because if I'm a young barber and I hear that information, I'm like, oh snap, yo, this he can have me really set up for real. You can help me with banking, healthcare, and insurance. Yo, you got a chair open? I feel like that's that audience. The young barbers that need cuts, I think, the information that I gave you could, kind of be on their angle. And let me know, like keep me informed. Let me know. I would love to know how that works. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'm not saying, that I know everything. I don't. But if you have anything that you ever wanted to uh talk about, just let me know. Stay in the know. Here we go. Stay in the know. Look. Right time, right time. Stay in the know. This is the ways you can reach out to me. He said, what? He said, my bad, ADD kicked in. You're a fool, man. Masterclass vibes. Right. Correct. You're right. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you even expressing what you did, man, because it's stuff like that sometimes all we do is need to express what's what, and you might be surprised who might have an answer for you in the room. Might be surprised. Any other questions? There was something else I wanted to talk about, but I forgot. I'm getting old, so. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, my website is under there. There, you're right. You're right. I have that. I have that right here. This other. Don't mind the Let's Go Live. Don't worry about that. But the email is right here. You're right. My website is under construction. I am working on something. Shout out to me and the wife. I said shout out to me and the wife. Shout out to the wife. I always gotta add myself in. But she's definitely helped me with my website. A lot of the stuff y'all gonna see, man, it's gonna be crazy because I'm when I say I'm seeing it, I'm seeing this stuff leveling up, y'all, and we have to level up. If anybody has ever been on my website, ConcisetheBarber.com, before what it's about to be, you're gonna be like, yo, bro, what is going on? But that's the point. We gotta switch it up. 2026 gotta be different. Not everything, but all the things that need to be different. It gotta be different. Any other questions? Oh man, I forgot what I was gonna talk about. It was something else. It was like kind of an announcement. Once I figure that out, I'll let y'all know. Okay, now I'll finish up. Best razor blades, top two. So I am doing a concise awards on razor blades. I haven't done that before. I have done clipper, trimmer, shaver, and all that jazz, but this year I will be talking about razor blades. I'm gonna tell you my top three right now that I have been using. Uh Dorco Prime Platinums. I've been using the JRL razor blades, and now I have been using the My Blades razor blades. And I have to say, all three of them are amazing, like for real. So it's gonna be some it's gonna be interesting. I did a client, he gets like the ball shave, hot steam towel, all of that jazz. And I used three razors on him, three different kind, just wanted to see what the outcome was going to be, how many times that I had to keep going back, how smooth it was. I can't say none of them was rough, but even just how smooth it was at a certain angle. So we gonna talk about it. If you ever had any consultation on barbering or finances, I would definitely hit you up. Jason, I feel like I do that like on a I think I just do that to be honest. But yeah, I respect that. Um it could be a part of the website. Could be a part of the website. I think I have some healthy ideas. I don't know everything, but you let me know what's what with you. It's like I'm very solution based. And I try my best, you know what I mean? thought they was. Share your accounting background. yo, why do women do this? Why they do this? Like they just show you up. Tell them you not do a backflip, babe. Show them your dance move, babe. Know that thing you used to do. Yeah, show them you know how to do that. Yeah, yes, I have an accounting background, accounting degree background. So that's what she wants. She wants me to say. I appreciate that, babe. Thanks, babe. I got clean drawers on. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh snap! Hilarious. But I mean, there's not. I ain't gonna say there ain't much to share about my accounting background, but I did it for some time. Worked at a bank. Worked at a university. Um, I mean, I love numbers. It was just I wanted to serve and impact in a different way. Still a businessman, so yeah. How many chances do you give a no call, no show, or a late client after 10 minutes? Okay, so I think no call, no show. Um, I really do think it's like a three strikes you're out type of thing for me because they don't respect my time. 10 minutes. This is what I would do with a 10-minute one. I would address the situation. I would definitely say something. I would say something like, "Hey, just notice you've been, coming, late, whatever, like that." After that conversation and nothing's been done, then they got to go too. The no call, no show. I did say three. I'm probably at two max. I know me. Like that's why my wife she said none because it's something about you literally not showing up. Like now I'm over here thinking like I'm concerned about your safety. But if you just out here just to be out here and you just didn't show up, oh well, I'm gonna charge the card. I mean, like, oh, I forgot. Once you tell me you forgot, oh no, that's cool. I'll just give me, just get in next time, whatever like that. I'll just charge the card and let's have a good day. Yeah, I really value your knowledge and honesty. Very hard to find. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I do. I really do appreciate that. But yeah. I got about like 2 more minutes because when the wife get on, it's time to go. Message. What is going on, bro? I forgot to see. Uh, uh, I knew it. What's good for the holidays? Any plans? I'm hosting, so that's the plan to make sure everything goes smooth. Anytime you host, that's all you care about. Everything goes well, family coming in, you just make sure everybody's comfortable. That's about it. I'm cutting hair though. I tell you that. Like I'm not a I, if I had to be real with y'all, I'm not one of those barbers that's like, oh well, holidays is coming. I need my holiday pay. Um, if I wasn't working like regular hours, then yeah. But if it's regular days and regular time and hours, I'm at the shop. I ain't there for Christmas, but every other day I'm at the shop. And it's kind of crazy because sometimes you have people that how can I say this? They wait for like before Christmas, like really right before that. I had somebody hit me up the other day, like, yo, you gonna be there the 27th? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be there the 27th. Like, why would I won't be there the 27th? Like, what am I doing? What am I doing? We just had Christmas. Of course, I'll be there the 26th at 8 a.m. Probably not, but yeah. Hosting is always a blessing. Tiring, but a blessing. Very much so. Last question. Do you believe that we have dropped the ball when it comes to barber appearances? Some look street and the respect isn't there like back in the day. I would say okay. I would say yes to that. I feel like even though it's preference, I do think there should be like a certain image. Uh, and when I say a certain image, meaning that I think we should have smocks, aprons, but not just like I've seen this. Somebody would have smock aprons, but some shorts and flip flops. Like I'm not saying that. Like pants, smock, apron. The whole if it's a shop that got it, I can't stand that thing. When the whole shop that got like the same brand name with all that jazz, like everything looks cohesive, looks nice, clean. Um, Now, does everybody need to wear like casual shoes and like with a like with a collar? I can't say that, but I definitely think there should be more of like a healthy structure that that when you go into any barbershop, everybody looks appropriate. That's just me, but I think that's all based on owner, right? So if I had to be honest, I think we should have. Oh man, this is gonna be crazy. I think there should be a certain structure how kids dress, right? We grown and we talking about um how barbers should look, but I think there should be a structure about how kids dress. But there are some parents, we call them owners, you know what I mean? There's some owners that just let their kids wear whatever. But I think that I think there should be, you know, but hey, it's all subjective, even though like as a industry, it'll be nice to be on one accord with that one. I heard if aprons have tools inside of it, it's a violation, at least in California. Tools. I can see that. If the tools inside of it, I can see that. It's mainly for clips, scissors, combs, guards. But a tool, I mean, I've done it. I ain't gonna lie, but I can see why it could be a violation. Have you ever ended business with a client but not being based on them being late, but overall attitude? Very much so. Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna give that story. But yes, I was about to give a story, but I can't even give you that story. But yeah, attitude, um, just even how they operated. Some clients they like to try to be on the phone, and sometimes their conversations be too crazy with the phone. If I have a lot of business clients, so I know sometimes they need to like take a call, but they respect it enough to not be like, I can't stand when they know they need a cut and they be over here like, hold on real quick. Yo, yeah, yeah. And they stay in that position. It's like if you got a business call, I'm your barber. The majority of the times they just talking like this and they just stay still. Unless I'm like doing the face and then they don't. I don't always have my clients do that, but if it's important call, it's important call. Some people probably like, I never let my clients, and that's cool. If that works for you, I feel a unique look is doable with the classic smock or vest. Yeah, not mad at that either. Hmm, I didn't know it was asleep. But look, I'm gonna get going, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Um, this one is not going to be saved. I wish it was, but like I said, if you have to reach out to me via email. Uh, yeah, just reach out to me via email. If you have any questions, we can go ahead and do some things and see how we can continue to elevate. Continue to elevate. I mean, if our prices is where our prices needs to be, then great. If our service is where it needs to be, then great. Then there's other things that we need to focus in on. So I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all take it easy. We appreciate you. Appreciate you, Woodshed. Good night. Have a blessed one. I had a man who came in everything, constantly complaining that he noticed this or that. And I say, talk crazy and let him go. Whatever is more important than his money. Yep, exactly. It really, really is. So y'all take it easy, man. Y'all be blessed.